I put Cody Rhodes in Wrestling Empire to see if he could finish the story. This challenge ends in 3 ways. Number 1, he wins a championship. Number 2, we reach the end of the year. Or number 3, he dies. Now, before we get into the video, I want to give a shout out to the creators of this mod that I used for this entire video, Mindrin. I'll link their YouTube channel in the description. You can go download this for yourself. So let's get in the video. We start out on the Raw brand. Triple H teaches us how to play the game, and we really don't care because we already know how, so just get to the game itself, Hunter. Cody Rhodes goes outside, and Sami Zayn tells us that we won't survive in the real world. So we kick him in the balls and then run away from our dear life. Yeah, that'll teach you to mess with the American Nightmare, Sammy, you tweet. We attend a conference for our first match against Apollo Crews in a Christmas Chaos match. What's super cool about this mod is that they give the Kingdom entrance in the game. So we could do Cody Rhodes' entire entrance. Have a light tube up Apollo Crews' ass. Hit the J Driller in the Crossroads to win the match. Backstage, Cody tries to take Gunther's IC title away, and Gunther tells us that we won't get a title shot and should give it back or else he'll beat us up. Cody Rhodes turns 39! Yay! Seth Rollins tells us that he is responsible for Raw being crappy and goes into the shower to cry about it. We take on Sami Zayn in a match. Ricochet comes out and does absolutely nothing. He just stands in the corner for the whole match as we backslide Sami Zayn for the pinfall. We go to the back and Finn Balor complains about Rollins taking the show. Hey, I would too. Triple H comes up and tells us that we wrecked up the venue, so we gotta pay the damages. I tell him no, and he removes us from the next week's show. From the show, Cody Rhodes decides to beat up Liv Morgan and Asuka, becoming the American misogynist. We go to the conference room where Triple H is hyping up a match between Cody Rhodes and Gunther in a non-title match. And Gunther was a tough cookie, but Cody ekes out a win after a power slam. Cody Rhodes declares that he should get a title shot, which makes sense because he just beat the freaking champion. But Hunter doesn't give him the title shot. After the match, Cody goes to the bar and starts drinking. He gets into a bar fight against Dave Bautista before going to sleep. We wake up, go outside, and Triple H confronts us and tells us that we need to win a title by the 4th week of February or else it will never happen. So Cody runs to Rollins to get a title shot but fails the speech check by saying, "Never mind," and fails at getting a title shot. Good job at finishing the story, pal. We arrive at the Royal Rumble and then shit gets wild. Cody Rhodes enters the Royal Rumble at number 1 and comes out with a mic. Cody Rhodes explains the rules of the Rumble and the match starts. Cody Rhodes' first opponent is Veer, but wait. What? Cody Rhodes starts brawling an invisible entity, and this invisible entity is beating Cody Rhodes' ass. Dexter Lumis comes out and looks at Cody like, what the fuck, bro? What the hell? And then Dexter gets thrown out by the Invisible Man. Finn Balor comes out, and as Cody's still having problems beating the Invisible Man's ass, Cody gets grabbed and tossed out by this invisible entity. Cody Rhodes loses to the Invisible Man, the cheater. The Invisible Man just dominates the entire match until Cody complains to Hunter and Gorilla to end the match, which he does. And then Cody falls out of Gorilla position and announces that Paul Heyman has won the Rumble and is challenging the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. The fans also reject Veer Mahan. Oh gee, I wonder why the fans would be upset about this. But after Cody goes home, we fast forward to the next week and apparently Brock Lesnar has won the Royal Rumble. Also, Cody Rhodes got ill. Maybe he got COVID, I don't know. So after the Rumble, somehow WWE's medical doctor ends up deceased. God rest his soul. We wake up and find Rhea Ripley taking a shit on a broken toilet. She tells us to eat something to help our illness. Thanks, I guess. Gunther tells us that he hates us so bad that he wants to throw down right now. Cody Rhodes tells him no, so Gunther just says screw it and attacks me anyways. Gunther gets thrown through Gorilla and disappears into the void. Triple H calls us into his office and tells us to take a pay cut despite the company making record profits. Since we're a good man, a good corporate stooge, we take the pay cut to help the company. So Trips rewards us with an Elimination Chamber match. Non-title, of course. And I just want to say how cool this is. The fact they got an Elimination Chamber match in this game is just unbelievable to me. But we somehow actually survived this Elimination Chamber and win the entire thing. So surely we are #1 contender for something, right? No. We fight Gunther in a non-title last man standing match, so we beat his ass again. And finally get a title shot the next week for the World Heavyweight Championship in a 10-man elimination chamber match. Despite our best efforts, Brock hits us with the skull-crushing finale and pins us for the 3 count, failing once again to win the title and finish the story. After losing, Triple H calls us into his office and fires us for not winning the title. Yeah, that's your fault, you dumb. So now Cody Rhodes is unemployed. Damn, that story is looking to get, that's looking pretty grim for Cody Rhodes, isn't it? Seabreeze ends up deceased as we have to find new employment somewhere to work. We fight the Boogeyman in a hair versus hair match. God, no. Please don't cut Cody Rhodes' hair. It's so beautiful. And Bray Wyatt tells us he'll be granting the title shot to the winner of the match. Cody ends up winning and will be getting the title shot at the Postgraduate Championship. But Cody Rhodes gets a contract offer to Lucha Libre Worldwide, which we sign, and looks like the match for the Postgraduate title will be called off. Unfortunate. Our first week at Lucha Libre Worldwide, and it turns out we're not even booked. The next week, the owner pulls us into his office and tells us our attitude is crappy, and if we don't fix it, we'll get fired. Again. Cody goes for his next match against Blue Demon Jr. and says he wants to become the belt collector of this company. So we beat up Blue Demon and win another match. The next week, the owner pulls us in and wants us to promote this hot dog for $1,400. We accept it because hot dogs are a symbol of America, and we're American, damn it. God bless USA. Jungle Boy comes to tell us someone stole his luggage and he has no clothes. He wants our gear, we tell him no, so now we go to the ring and we fight a pissed off Jack Perry. We beat him up in a last man standing match and he bumped on glass. Real glass. The Parker comes to us and wants us to form a union. We accept because unions are based and union busters are cringe. Our next match we have is against Drago, who we win against, and Cody announces we are on a winning streak. We get pulled into the office and the owner tells us we failed in raising our attitude, but he decides not to fire us for shipping us in the right direction. Cool. Cody tries to challenge for titles but gets turned down for not being a big enough star. We also talk to this guy, who's dead, so Cody is just imagining things happening in his mind, apparently. Ring of Honor go on to poach Chris Benoit from the Hall of Fame. What Hall of Fame Chris Benoit is in is anyone's guess. The owner pulls us back into his office and wants to stop the union from happening. He wants us to spill the beans on the organizer, but we tell him to kick rocks, and he scolds us for wanting to start a union and how it affects his bottom line. We go to the conference room to find that we are fighting Penta El Zero Miro. Penta comes out with an entire team of idiots, and because of their interference, Penta locks on a sleeper and makes Cody tap out. Penta ends the streak of Rhodes. Roman Reigns is deemed the most agile wrestler in the world. Disagree with that. And then we find out that Vince McMahon, Shane McMahon, Bubba Ray Dudley, and former President Donald Trump have all died of mysterious causes. FBI, open up! Cody Rhodes goes on to fight Micho El Milionario, who gets left in a pool of blood, urine, and vomit. Cody tries to leave, but flies off the cage and faceplants into the concrete. We go to the barbershop, and Dustin asks us if he wants us to join Lucha Libre Worldwide. We say, hell yeah, come on in. And Dustin, I guess, joins Lucha Libre Worldwide. We beat Jungle Boy again, and we get the opportunity to be the interpromotional match against the Intercontinental Champion Gunther. Cody Rhodes and Gunther are fighting, but Cody picks up the Intercontinental title and jabs Gunther with it and gets instantly disqualified and loses the match for Lucha Libre Worldwide. Cody damages the reputation of the promotion, and the owner is ashamed of us and tells us to go away. He pulls us back into the office, tells us that we did such a good job having a happy attitude. We get put into a shoot fight with our brother Dustin. Dustin then snaps at us, telling us to stop being happy and he wants to beat us up. So we show him what's up, and the owner tells us that our win rate is garbage and we need to increase it in order to keep my job. Aubrey Edwards mysteriously winds up dead, so rest in peace, Aubrey. We get put in a 6-man battle royal and win it. Cody declares his intention to go for the world title, but we get an offer from Hall of Fame to work there for a couple of weeks for a movie shoot. With the threat of being fired again, we take Vince's offers to Hollywood. Wait, isn't he supposed to be dead or something? Yeah, didn't he die like a month ago? Whatever. We take the contract to Hall of Fame, and Vince tells us the name Cody Rhodes doesn't capture the essence of our character. So he decides to rename us to Silvio Atkins. So Silvio Atkins is put in a 5-way backstage fight for Marine 7, the Silvio Nightmare. Silvio decides to leave mid-scene and gets shamed by the game. Yokozuna steals our clothes and we want them back. Yoko acts like it's like a YouTube prankster. It's just a prank, bro. I only stole your clothes and shit in them for a prank. So Silvio Atkins gets one more appearance in the Hall of Fame before he leaves and gets put on a plane against Dwayne Johnson in The Plane Ride from Hell 2, The Rock and Atkins Connection. Atkins dips again, and the game shits on us again for leaving early. Vince wants us to be a commentator, so we take the gig, and after that, the shoot's over and Atkins is now back on the indie scene. Lita, Perry Saturn, Paul Bearer, and Sting all end up dying all of a sudden. I don't know why all these people are dying. I just don't understand. So Silvio is back on the indies and fights Jim Ross, which Atkins wins, and then gets a call from Tony Khan in All Elite Wrestling to work there. Silvio Atkins heads back to AEW after being fired. Our first match is against Adam Cole, and he's not a fan of us. We decided to play around with the camera, and oh my. Wow. What a zoom in that is, right? After hitting a J-Driller on Cole on the outside, Miro comes out and is like, "You can't forget about me, dude. I'm joining the match now." A crossroads to Miro, and JR comes out of the crowd looking to get a piece of us, and we send all three guys packing back to irrelevancy. We start to run through the roster from Chris Jericho to Miro to Austin Gunn, and we're riding high with a 5-winning streak. We put in a triple threat with Hangman Page and the AEW World Champion Jake Paul. Despite Silvio's best efforts, Hangman Page locks on the Iron Claw, and Silvio fades, ending our undefeated streak. The next week, Silvio Atkins takes on Chris Jericho in an explosives death match, and Atkins defeat Jericho after an explosive match. We're getting close to the end of the year with no titles, so will the story fail to be finished? Jade Cargill asks Silvio if he wants to get a drink with her. Silvio accepts and becomes intoxicated. So drunk Atkins teams with Adam Cole to take on Mark Henry and Ricky Starks in a steel cage tag match. Adam Cole wins it for us because Silvio can't wrestle due to being a disgusting drunk. The next week, Tony Khan puts us with Darby Allin and Sting as we take on the team of Chris Jericho and Miro in a red light match. What does that mean? It's a match with red lights, and oh my god, this is terrible. Awful. But the winner will get a tag title shot against the House of Black. Oh my god, it's finally going to happen. We're finally going to do it, right? Next week, we finally get our title shot against the House of Black after beating Jericho. And after hitting not one, but 2 crossroads, Silvio Atkins does it and pins Brody King to become the AEW Tag Champions with Darby Allin. And that's it. Cody Rhodes, Silvio Atkins, finishes the story by getting fired by WWE, going to Hollywood, back to All Elite Wrestling, and winning the tag titles with Darby Allin. And that, my friends, is the story being finished. Thanks for watching, and you better watch out because Cody Rhodes might come and infect you with a virus that kills you. So, bye.